is Ryan, and I'm doing my muscle analysis on a move called Over the Top. Over the Top is a rhythmic move performed in tap dancing. The Over the Top move is an intermediate level move performed in tap dancing, and very much so like any other dance move. It's a very fast move. It happens in a split second, and a big thing is that it involves external hip rotation to bring one leg in front of the other, with one leg jumping over the other one, which is the basic concept of the move. A little more information about it though. The over the top movement is a closed kinetic chain motion. As the distal part of the foot comes in contact with the ground when it's being performed. The move itself is not repetitive, but has the option of being repeated over and over again as the performer chooses to. During the preparatory phase, the very first step is going to be stepping back with the opposite foot. So in this case, we're doing the right foot. So it's going to be stepping back with the right leg, and the reason that you're stepping back is because you're making room for the left leg as it's going to be coming in front of it, and the motion that you're doing with that is you're going to be flexing the hip and the knee, and the hands are abducted for balance as necessary with going through the motion. During the wind-up phase, the first thing that you're going to do, as the hip is already flexed, the knee is already flexed, is to externally rotate the hip that is flexed at the moment. And so what that does is that brings the foot in, or the left foot in front of the right foot. And there is plantar flexion of the left foot, flexion the left hip and the left knee are both still flexed, and at the moment the right hip and the right knee are both flexed too, as they are bracing for the jump that's about to come right now. So during force producing movements, this is the part that was being prepared for it in the previous phase, and so what's going to happen is that the left leg is now in front of the right leg. The right leg is going to be flexed, or the right hip is going to be flexed, and the knee is going to be flexed. And so what's going to happen is that the right leg is going to jump over the left leg. And as that's happening, simultaneously the left leg is going to be going into hyperextension. Left hip will be going into hyperextension. The left knee is extended, the foot is dorsiflexed, and what that's doing is it's straightening out to maintain at least some contact with the ground as the right leg is coming up and over, and the left leg is sliding underneath the right leg as it's jumping over to make sure that it's cleared. And as the jump is being performed in the air, the arms are going to be coming up and shoulder flexion. And so for the follow-through phase, so at this moment, the right leg is landing on the ground. The right leg has knee flexion, has hip flexion, and the left leg is swinging back in order to stop the motion. So the left hip is now hyperextended, the knee is flexed 90 degrees, and the foot is in plantar flexion. The hip goes to inner hyperextension. The knee is in flexion because that's where it's going to be stopping at. So it has to come to an angle where it can actually comfortably stop. in order to avoid any injury or anything. And the same thing for the plantar flexion of the foot, of the left foot. That's the position that it comes into to stop the move. As far as suggestions, it is necessary when performing this move to have proper flexibility in the lower extremities, especially in hip hyperextension. it's necessary to have that because it's a very quick motion, knee flexion of course, and having proper dorsiflexion of the foot, and plantar flexion, especially when the left foot is coming under the right foot as you're jumping. You want to have it completely plantar flexed, so that way it's able to not get clipped onto, or not get clipped by the right foot, causing the dancer to fall. Also, proper strength is necessary. You definitely want to have enough strength to be able to jump off of one foot and get over it without having to worry about maybe clipping the foot or clipping your ankle or your gastroc area. And core strength is definitely necessary in this one as well. You want to have enough balance to, when you're doing this move, to not fall, not slip, and to be able to hold your torso erect as you're still doing this. And yeah, and so here's an example. This is the full video. The over the top is not usually a move that is done on its own to start off with. So in this example, there is going to be a few moves, or a move in front of it, and then followed by the over the top repetition.